Morning and welcome back to Calamar Ag. I am Matthew and we are just cleaning out the rear trailer at the moment so we can put some let's get in here so we can fill it with wheat. We're going to put some wheat in the back trailer to go out to the cedar so we can finish the wheat here on the Yorke Peninsula and start shifting today. So that is the plan. But we've got a bit of work to do before we are all done and ready to go. Jimbo's just getting the other truck. Well, our orange trailer has some wheat in it that's already pickled or treated. So Jimbo is putting the yard truck on that. So then we can put it in this trailer to go out the paddock. And then we will sow the little bit, top everything up with diesel, and we shall shift. We shall head off the Yorke Peninsula and make the great journey that we now have to make because, like I said in an earlier video, the council has blocked the road that we need. It's lovely of them. So we are going to do that. We probably won't get seeding today because by the time we get up there, we still got to get the trucks up there, got to get the sprayer up there, and he's got to spray. And I don't think we will get that all done. Oh, and we got to make. I skipped a few gears. We got to make a fib tube, which is friction-induced back pressure, one of those yellow coils. Found last night one of the ones that goes down behind the press wheel for a fungicide, which gives us our crown root protection. Crown root protection. Has rubbed through. It was obviously rubbing, and eventually it rubbed through the coil, so we need to make a new one. We'll probably just block it off for the last bit of the wheat. That one row is only going to miss out on half the fungicide, and then we'll fix it up. So if I'm around when we're doing that, I'll be able to show you how we coiled them up on the lathe and get that all sorted. So stick around and we'll see what fun happens today. It's going to be a fair bit of shifting, so it might not be that exciting, but stay tuned anyway, and I'll be sure to let you know. Where do I want to park this now? In the middle of the yard. Sounds like a good spot. Alright, we're done here. We're getting ready to shift. Jimbo's putting lights on. Dad's actually just sitting out on the road. And I, while it's folding, going to put some baby powder on the tracks just to help lubricate them. Try and makes me smell nice too. I mean, they should be pretty good because of the all the dust we've had, but these new cracks are a bit shit. Should be. So it should be pretty good anyway because of all the dust, but I don't know if you can hear me, but you can see like some of these lugs up here being chewed out, and then they deposit rubber. We don't know why, because they're aligned correctly. Dusty, but that is now done. So let's go.
Oh, it's dry when you got olive trees looking like that.
So, how are we all going? We are about 1 hour into the shift. We've stopped once to put some more talcum powder on the tracks, and like these Trackman ones are just shocking. They're spitting rubber out the drive lugs. I don't know if that last clip at all was usable before we left because I was right next to the tractor, but yeah, the tractor's off, I'll show you. But it's just starting to chew and spit rubber, and I'm only doing 25 k's. Like, the tractor should be able to do 40s at top speed. Even if I wasn't doing that, it shouldn't be spitting rubber. And then it's hot and tacky when you get out, when you touch it. So I missed going down the big steep hill off the peninsula. I was on the phone and couldn't get, so I couldn't do it, but I did take a photo. I'll see if Jimbo got any footage because he's escorting behind. But yeah, came down, had to basically sat it in third gear and it just held it down until I got to the point where I knew I was going to be fine. So yeah, so we will go up a bit further, and then I'll probably put some more talcum on the tracks. The tracks themselves are fine, it's actually just these drive lugs. I'm trying to get it into the drive lugs just to make sure that they are all good, but yeah, a bit unfortunate. So, but one more stop and then we will be there. So one thing I do forget is, like, we're so used to seeing water pipes like this here in Australia, and when James and I were over in Montana visiting some farmers, Tony and Tim, they were just having a big water project going through the area, because it's all got to be dug deep, it's all got to be below the frost line, and anywhere there was a creek, they actually had to drill and go down under the creek. Well, it's not really a flowing creek, it's more like a washout where one was at some point. They're going to go under that. They still got to be, I think, like 7 feet, below the surface, just for the frost line. Like, whereas here they're just all sitting across the surface. There's always things like that you just sort of forget. So we will keep motoring along. The top of the Gulf is k's down that way now, and yeah, we are going off. There's still a few seaters going around the place. When I did this drive the other day, with the ute, when I came to check, there would have been a dozen tractors still going, so there's still ground to be put in. I've gone past a couple paddocks already that aren't in, but I will have to eat my hat because the council got their act together really quickly and did the road down the hill. So just before we left, I went to Jim, just go for a drive, one last drive, just to see if they've done it. I doubt they'd have it done because, they were literally dumping dirt there on Thursday, Friday, and today is Wednesday, and it's done. The dirt's all spread across the road, road's built up, so that saved us probably about an hour, because otherwise I would have had to go up north, past sort of where I need to go, and then sort of work my way back. So I will take that win. Sowing the barley first worked out in our favour because it gave them time to get it done. So they are talking rain from tomorrow. I don't think we'll get seeding today because, like I said earlier, we still got trucks, spray cart, all that's going to get up here, but we'll have this up here, which is a good start. just keep motoring along for a bit, and like I said, when we get up a bit further, maybe the top of the hill down there, we'll stop and check again. Alright, it's a fair bit later. I got busy making plans with Jim and Dad, and phone calls, and I just couldn't film. But we made it. I've raced back with the liquids, and I'm filling it because James needs to spray this, and the weather now is quite favourable. See the flags just fluttering, and we've got a block up the top of the hill. There's two blocks here. They're a bit over 100 hectares each. I can't tell you exactly. It's only our second year here, and I haven't got those numbers ingrained yet, especially because James does most of the spraying. So he is he's on his way here with the tank full. He's going to put at least one tank out, especially because we looked up the top of the hill. Neighbour's got lentils up to the south, and we're putting in wheat. So what we're doing could hurt the lentils, but the wind is quite favourable at the moment. It's sort of blowing along the fence line. So we will get them done tonight, especially because tomorrow is going to be a northerly, which is that way. And that'll be blowing straight onto his lentils. So Jimmo's going to get a tank done as long as the weather holds and we don't get any inversions. But like we said, we're only hitting the dirt, so coarse droplets, slow, high water rate. That's what we're doing. So, but he's going to need the truck. That's the point I'm getting to. He's going to need the truck to mix up more. So I am going to pump the UAN out. Then I can take the truck home, refill both tanks with water, and that's enough for him to finish everything here. So then the truck will be right just to do. The truck will be right just to run back and forth with UAN and water to keep this going. So yeah, he's only got I think he reckons it's about 265 hectares all up that he'll do. So I'll fill up with water and he'll be right to finish. Because I still got to muck around with the other truck, put some fertiliser in it. But if I get the liquids done, all it is seed and fert, go. That is the plan. That'll be probably tomorrow morning, because like I said, he's going to do a couple of laps around that paddock. While it's nice, he might come do a couple of laps around here just to give us that. Well, we're 48.5 metres. Gives us a nice buffer, 96 metres buffer, something like that, to make sure that it's not going to go through and hurt anything that we don't want it to. So that is the plan. Dad is also on his way up in James's ute, so we'll leave that here. So he's got a vehicle. We'll both jump in here and skedaddle home, so I can fill it and see what he wants to do. Whether he's going to keep going tonight depends on what the weather does. If it drops out calm, that's a no good. He'll just come home in his vehicle, but I'll have that all loaded with his chemical, ready to go. That is the plan. Once I'm done filling up the cobalt molly, which is mainly water, I'll put the powder in. I'll show you what I was talking about with the tracks. Hopefully now you can hear me. I still haven't looked at the clip, so I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway, I'll show you what's happening, hopefully before I run out of light. But once I get this full, I'm going to start pumping Easy N in, and I'll have a bit more time to talk. There are some pretty clouds tonight, but we'll see if we can see in here. You can see, you might not be able to see. Hang on, let me just. All right, I've turned on a light, but you can see in here, these lugs are just peeling here. The drive, where these drive wheel engages, this side's fine. This side is just being torn to shreds, and like you can see, all this here is rubber. They got spat off on the drive, and we were lubricating them. We've been doing it. You see it's like feathered off here. Whoop. focus. You can see it's feathered there, and it's doing that on every single one. It's actually aligned properly. These sides are like fine. We've had the dealer out and they're looking at it and going, yeah, no, well, they're aligned, but like every lug is just chewing. The back is doing it a bit as well, not quite as bad, but yeah, it's still spitting rubber, which is very annoying because we pay a lot of money for these tracks, and the Camsos we had were fine, but these ones, like I only did 25 kilometers an hour all the way up here, and we stopped twice and we lubricated them. Well, actually you can see even there's still some baby powder in there. So the last little bit of the road, there was a real camber in it, and it causes the tracks to run on the outside, and as soon as that happened, it started just taking a bit off the outside. Like you can see here, it's not nice and powdered like it was when I left home. So that is very frustrating for us, because like I said, we had 24-inch Camsos on there before. These are 30s. They were a little bit narrower, and we thought we'll change. It's not gonna be on our spray lines anymore. We've got 2 Magnums. Let's put it on 30s, better traction. Also, we're finding there's a bigger gap there for the rocks to get in, like, so they're not going to get in. That was the thinking. But these are, what are they? Trackman by LOC Rotec. No good. Steer clear, in my opinion. Stick with, pay more, get Camsos. I haven't heard anything bad about the, what are they, Saucy tracks. They might be alright, but I wouldn't buy them again. I'm very disappointed. So anyway, let's hope that I get all my easy N in. It's going to be very tight. I overestimated how much trace elements I needed. Like that is 1,000 litres, and I'm pretty sure it's full to the top, and I had to drop 20 litres on the ground, which is annoying, but it happens. We'll get filled up here and we'll see what happens. So I might leave this video here, or there might be a bonus clip at the end, we'll see. So thanks for watching. Might be a very short one today because you get busy. It's very hard to film at times, but we will see. I think Dad just drove in, or I'm hearing things. So there's dust like someone drove in. There he is. He's here. So, oh, thanks for watching. We'll leave this one here. We'll catch you in the next one.